Welcome to Immigrant Village. I am your friend Obed Arango to Dialogues with the Immigrant Village. And usually I have my podcast on Fridays. I use recorded in Spanish, but today I am making it before due the situation and circumstances that are in Norristown and in Philadelphia. For working reasons, I am not in town. I am away of town. However, I want to let you know that I have been paying attention since Monday, every hour of the situation, of what is happening. I have been sustaining dialogues with social leaders, with authorities, to clarify information, to understand what is happening, what action has been taken, etc. And I have been in conversation with members of the community also. I just finished the recording in Spanish and I am doing this in English. You can find it also now in Revarte YouTube and also here in the Facebook and Villa Inmigrante Facebook. Therefore, I brought a letter that I want to read today in order to be complete, not to lack any information. And before that, I want to make an invitation. This coming June 11, from 6:30 to 8 p.m., we'll host a workshop, Family Readiness. And we are having the law professor, Daniel Cortez from Villanova Law School, and also Licenciada Sandy Nayeli Manrique, who is a paralegal and who has been assisting the families during these months. This coming June, next week, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. If you know a family, comment, bring it. We have also confirmed the presence of the Consul of Mexico, Carlos Obrador, and the people of documentation there. Therefore, this is an important workshop for the families to make plans and to be ready. We want to provide them with the right tools. Therefore, now, without saying more, and after this announcement, I want to read the letter that I brought this morning. To the community of Norristown and Philadelphia, although I am currently away from work, I remain closely connected to you. I have been in constant communication with our team and community members, staying updated through the day about the distressing events taking place in Norristown and its surrounding areas, and also in Philadelphia. It is with deep sadness that I have learned about the recent immigration operations and multiple arrests. While the exact number remains unclear, we know that these arrests have happened. This is an undeniable fact. Just days ago, I shared with a group of local leaders that we were likely to face a second wave of immigration enforcement. We experienced a similar wave in January and February, followed by a brief period of calm. But under this administration, these actions seem to come in cycles. And notable, they often intensify during the times of political decline of law approval of the current president. And we reject firmly the idea that the immigrant community should be the coin of exchange. It cannot be like that. We affirm the value and the presence of our community. Now, let me tell you what is the response of CECATE, of the Centro de Cultura, Arte, Trabajo y Educación, front to this situation. CECATE has focused on 3 critical areas of actions since January, and we will to continue building on that. Number 1, community assemblies. These gatherings allow us to share information, create collective defense strategy, and form key alliances. We have held already 3 so far and plan and continue organizing more. The first one, it was the General Assembly. The second one, it was focused on businesses, immigrant businesses. And the third one, it has been focused on emotional health. And we'll continue with education and we'll continue with youth. In all these community assemblies, we invited representatives and officials from every level of government, whether the school district, superintendent, a board of directors, a local administrator of Norristown, a state a representative and senator, and congresswoman, Mary Gay Scanlon and Madeline Dean. In all these gatherings, we have also invited the county commissioners, and we have had the presence of all these levels of government, community assemblies where authorities can talk directly to community. And later I will talk more about this and why this is so important. The second action that Secate has created is media, like this podcast. Why? We believe that reliable media is information, community media. We aim to combat rumors and misinformation that can spark panic and lead to reversible actions. Providing clear, factual updates is essential. We reject every information that cannot be proved. And also, we don't jump to any information that we receive. It's very important first to clarify who, what, where, when, how. And it's important in order not to misguide the community. For that reason, we have this podcast and we have the magazine Rebarte.net, plus other communications. Number 3, family safety and legal preparedness. We have organized legal workshops where families can create emergency plans. This is a painful but essential step, so that if something happens, children and loved ones will not be left in crisis. It's so important to focus in family readiness. Therefore, for us at Secate, we believe that these actions has a long-term repercussions, of positive repercussions, of perdurability. At the heart of all this work is a simple mission: to protect the community, guided with accurate information, and build open dialogue with authorities. And while avoiding actions that increase fear or risk, our work may not always be loud, but it is built to last. In this way, we think that the families can be safe. Our community is already in a situation of vulnerability. We should avoid things that put them at risk. That is very important. Many families are asking many urgent questions. For example, yesterday someone told me, how can we do a power of attorney? Who can do the power of attorney? And it was a few days ago that me, in conversation with the team of Secate, we say we will launch a new workshop. Therefore, I want to remind you, Wednesday, June 11, from 6:30 to 8 p.m., we are having a legal family readiness workshop. You are invited to come as an ally. You are invited to invite another family that you may know that can take advantage of this. We have already confirmed lawyer Daniel Cortez. We have already confirmed Licenciada Sandy Nayeli Manrique. We have already confirmed the Consulate of Mexico, and we're in the process to confirm other members and authorities to come to help on this workshop. Therefore, we want to answer questions like, what is a power of attorney and how does this work here? How is a child custody determined in emergencies? Who is considered a trustworthy guardian, and do they need to be a U.S. citizen? What the documentation is needed for someone to access bank accounts, property, vehicles, or business if a family member is detained. Since the foundation, since its founding, Secate top priority has been the safety and empowerment of families, especially children and adolescents. We do everything we can to avoid putting the community at greater risk, and instead we focus on helping families make informed decisions and develop a path forward. We also believe the importance of constructive dialogue with public officials and institutions. It allows us to confirm or debunk circulating information and to open bridges for better understanding and stronger advocacy. Here is an example. Many families are pursuing dual Mexican citizenship for their children, which is so important today because it's for the protection of the kids. This process requires a long-form birth certificate that includes parental nationality. These documents can be obtained through the representative Greg Scott's office, who has attended our assemblies. With that document, families can then proceed through the proper channels at the Mexican consulate where Consul Obrador and his team have been collaborating and responding. Then they can have the ceremony of the double nationality. This is a process that takes many weeks. It's not an easy process. However, to build a bridge between Representative Greg Scott and Consul Obrador already has been fruitful, because it was in that dialogue of the assembly that Representative Greg Scott and Consul Obrador met, talked, and then it was presented a plan. Today, many families has gone through this way. They have been with Greg Scott office. He has helped them in the process of the long-term birth certificate, and Consul Obrador has made possible the double nationality with his team. Another example that I want to give you on the importance of the good, honest dialogue with authorities. We have consistently sent letters and statements on behalf of the community to Congresswoman Mary Gay Scanlon and Madeleine Dean, whether opposing and proposing tax or remittances, on denouncing the presence of ICE in our neighborhoods. As you may remember, in the current administration, and I don't want to repeat the name of the president, is no word to repeat on this podcast. He wants to apply a 5% tariff over every remittance that the families send to their home country or to their other families. This is not only illegal because it's to put tax over something that has been already taxed. In the letters that we send to Congresswoman Mary Gay Scanlon and Madeleine Dean, promptly they respond agreeing with the letter and saying that they are denouncing the whole policy, and to say that and giving thanks for this. This is so important because it becomes a record. It becomes a record in Congress. Therefore, these records are vital for holding institutions accountable and building long-term defense for our community. To write letters to our Congress people, to talk to them, to invite them to assemblies are so important, and to have honest, courteous, and firm conversations. And something that I appreciate from both of them is that they answer quickly. They answer quickly, and they answer with the support for the community. Lastly, I am aware of the growing interest in documenting ICE operations. While this is something that has been happening through the whole country, it should be done in a responsible way and with care. And as we respect the effort of everyone involved and the good intention of this, be careful of not escalating tension or acting with emotion that can lead to further harm. Often, it can end in a worse situation. I see it, and I will say it in personal way. It's very important to avoid to put people at risk, and it's very important not to escalate to violence. There are protocols. There are proper protocols in journalism for documenting, and one of the practice in journalism is self-control. As a journalist, I have witnessed many situations that are very painful, in which self-control is important. It's a practice of temperance, templanza. And temperance is no weakness. It is rather wisdom. It is important to act calm. Today, calm is gold. Today, to have a cold head, cabeza fría, is gold. I understand that emotions run through us. Anyone who loves justice will find them, will feel the emotions. I feel it. I totally feel it. But in those moments, es cuando cabeza fría, a cold head, is more valuable than ever. Because it will allow us to have a clear understanding to take the best decisions and the best actions, to make a good analysis of the things. On this time, the priority is the care of the families. That is the priority. This is not time for protagonisms. This is not time for sacrifices. This is time in which the priority is to protect the families, to build bridges, to gather reliable information, to voice in ways that will be more effective and best effective with a clear message. I respect the heart of everyone and the thinking of the different activists, but it's very important to act with cold head. And having said that, I just want to say that you are in the center of my heart. The community is in the center of my heart. And from this distance, it has been not easy to see all this news. While working, I pay attention. For all of those who has sent me text messages asking to talk to me, I have already addressed many of those calls. Thank you. For all those who has been asking an opinion, thank you. And as everything, we should have open our minds to listen a diversity of voices. For all the allies, thank you so much for your support. And for all those who care for the families, thank you so much for your support. Having said that, I look forward to seeing you soon. And I send you a hug, I send you un abrazo, and I say goodbye now here in Dialogues of the Immigrant Village.